take a look at a central limit theorem question. So in this question it says, use the central limit theorem to estimate the probability as a percentage that a sample mean is between 63 and 65. They then tell us that the mean is 64, the standard deviation is 21, and the sample size is 225. This is a probability question, but the central limit theorem has a different way of working with the standard deviation. So I'm given this information, but when I work with the central limit theorem, my mean is the mean, but my standard deviation has a new definition. The standard deviation is going to be the regular standard deviation divided by the square root of n. So for this problem, that means that I'm going to take the standard deviation of 21 and divide it by the square root of 225. So if I go into my calculator and I do that, 21 divided by the square root of 225 is 1.4. So that is the number that you enter in Minitab. This is like the homework question where they gave you the variance. When we use the central limit theorem, we're doing a sample of means. So that means I've taken the mean of a bunch of things and that is my sample. So it's different than if you just collect data and you find a mean. That's the difference in this problem and the Minitab homeworks. So if I go into Minitab then, and I go to my distribution plot, I'm going to enter the mean they gave me of 64, but the standard deviation is going to be the one I calculated with the formula from the central limit theorem. So I have 21 divided by the square root of 225, which is 1.4. So I'm going to enter 1.4. I'm going to enter a specified x value. It's between two values. So it's the middle, and I have 63 and 65. Okay. So that's going to be roughly 52%. So when you're doing central limit theorem, the extra step and finding probability is that you just have to take the standard deviation they gave you and divide it by the square root of the number of people in the sample. That is then the number that you put into Minitab.